The 10th annual Daddy-Daughter Date Night had took place in 2 different night segments that included basically a date night for daddies and daughters and their families to basically enjoy Zoom activities.
The event itself went really well. We had a number of fathers and daughters turn out. They were able to come to the township and they received different boxes full of different trinkets and activities, and then we were able to all jump on Zoom together. We did a dance routine with Megan Weaver, who's the owner at Mainline Dance Company, and then we also had a fun bingo. We had 3 different rounds, some prize winners, and overall it was a really good night.
The event really offered an opportunity to bring the families back together, have a special night, even though it was at home, and not in the in-person setting that we had in the past, but offer them to have a memorable night together. Some of them are aging out of the event at this point, so we did hear from some folks that they thanked us for bringing the event to them this year, given the pandemic and having to be in a remote Zoom-type setting, because it was going to be their last night and their last chance, to be able to experience the event that some of them have done for many, many years.
So previously, we've been at both the Radnor Hotel and with the Villanova Conference Center. And for those events, they were all in person, and there's food, there's dancing, there's crafts, we've had characterists, different activities that are all taking place on site. So this year we had to be a little bit creative. We still tried to add those components. We had take-home crafts, we had the music, we sent out a Spotify music list before the event to get dads and daughters in the spirit. And then this year we really strongly encouraged families to visit our local businesses and patron them for their food. So we had a number of businesses work with us and offer special discount codes and items for families to take part in to really try and have the experience in some way. It's not the same, but it was still pretty good.
We also saw it as a great way, a great benefit to engage the businesses, which we know, throughout the pandemic and the greater part of the last year have really been struggling. So this gave them a chance to get their name out there, showcase some of their specialty items. I know we have some new businesses in Wayne that have cropped up as well, and it gave them an opportunity to promote themselves. And just overall that, reminder to our businesses that, the things that we do, they're important to be part of with us. So that's something that's really important as part of this event. It's something that traditionally has had a lot of sponsors over the years. But this year we weren't asking them, to give us anything or, contribute goods or monetary or anything like that. So they had an opportunity to basically just participate, get their menu and items out there and name out there for the hundreds of people that we had participate in the past. It was a lot of exposure for them too. So as part of this event in its 10th year, we do want to thank Harmelin Media and Joanne Harmelin, who did contribute funding towards this event to defray the expenses. We know her 2 sons and her granddaughters participated in the event, so we just want to give a great thank you out to her for her time and her support.
So some of the key components we tried to almost mimic were like a craft piece. Usually we have some sort of dad-daughter craft component that they can work on together. So this year they had a little pottery flower dish that they were able to paint. We also have the music component. So we both had the Spotify playlist ahead of time, as well as with Megan with the dancing component. She blasted some great tunes for them to dance together. That's another piece that we were able to incorporate. Usually there's some dad and daughter dancing at the event in person, and this year they were able to do it virtually. Another fun kind of component we were able to add is usually there's a rose that the dads give the daughters each year, and since we weren't able to do that, we did get chocolate roses that we put in the boxes, so each daughter was able to get a chocolate rose this year.
Amazingly, it's been 10 years of the event. It's been an exciting 10 years. When this event first debuted, it was at the Willows Mansion, up off of Darby Paoli Road, when the mansion was still being run for lots of different events. So it was an exciting opportunity to bring, the families together, the dads and the daughters. We had activities that occurred during that time. We had photography, a lot of the same things that we do right now, the rose ceremony, the traditions that we have as part of the event, the dancing, doing all those fun things with, the dads and the daughters together, spending a memorable night. So it's really something that's emerged. Obviously at the Willows, we were hindered a little bit with a smaller venue. So then we grew into the Radnor Hotel, which again became a really great venue for us, with lots of different dynamics. The open ballroom concept, of course, that we were able to gain there that we didn't have at the Willows at the time. And then when we saw numbers beginning to continue to, skyrocket, and we were taking wait lists of several, I think sometimes we had about 100 deep in a wait list, then that caused us to kind of look elsewhere for another larger venue, which landed us at the Villanova Conference Center, which we had been at for the last year. We, obviously this would have been our second year at the Villanova Conference Center, but the pandemic, obviously, and having the in-person situation didn't allow us to do that. So 10 great years of the event. There'd be no way we would want to not have the event in its 10th year, so we had to get creative. We had to come up with, a way that we could still bring the concept of, dad spending that special, memorable time with their daughters, even if it's in the home setting, which they're used to being in, at least they had the opportunity to still experience the event and some really great activities, and most of all, quality time.
This event is such a tradition in our community. We really enjoy throwing it each year for these families, and it was something just to let the public know that we're still here. We're still trying to think of creative ways to offer these events. We had a lot of positive feedback. People were just happy to have something. Everyone kind of understands that we couldn't do it exactly how it's been done, but they were thankful that there was something still able to be offered, and they were able to kind of make the most of it.